Hello there, it's me, Lark the Vampire, and I'm back with another episode for you lot of the Bloody Fang-Tastic Show. So, it's, well, you know the score by now if you've seen this show before. I'm giving you facts, reviews, and mythology on a vampire movie. Let's go with the review first, and this month we're going over the movie Daybreakers. Yeah, let's go with the review first. So, Daybreakers. So, this film is written and directed by the Spring Brothers. Am I pronouncing that right? It's written and directed by them, starring Ethan Hawke, Willem Dafoe, Claudia Carvin, Michael Dorman, Sam Neill, Vince Colosimo or something, and Isabel Lucas. So this is set in a post-apocalyptic future, 2019, which is now in the past because we've been through that year. But it was the future at the time this film came out. So this is set in a world where vampires are ruling the earth and they just live, and humans are basically their cattle, and they use humans for their blood substances, and that's what they need to survive. But then they realise that a shortage in humans, is happening, and one scientist vampire, played by Ethan Hawke, realises that they need humans back because they're becoming endangered, and when vampires feed off each other in this, they mutate into some messed up bat-like creatures, and then Ethan Hawke has to find a way to save humans. But then he does. He finds a cure through a former vampire, now human, called Elvis. Not Elvis Presley. But Elvis, played by Willem Dafoe, and Ethan Hawke's character, what's his name? Dalton, is, on board with this. So then returns as a human and presents the boss of his corporation the cure and everything, and they soon find that the cure is in their blood because they are the cure. And then they realise that vampires and humans need to try and resolve their problems, and because for the sake of all species they must find a way to survive. And they find drinking through their blood makes them human. Not only that, they starve. It causes a huge famine as well with the blood. So that's pretty much all the story. So what did I like about this? Well, I really liked this one. I liked that it was set in the future at that time it came out, as I said already. I liked the dark cinematography and the CGI, and basically showing what it'd be like if us vampires ruled the earth. But you see, us vampires need humans, which is why we have to coexist together, not bite each other's heads off and go to war and stuff. And, basically the message behind it is, what I find, equal rights. That's what humans and vampires should do. I also like the performances from all our characters and actors, including Ethan Hawke playing the lead in this with Willem Dafoe, and Sam Neill again. Yes, Sam Neill was good in this sort of thing, a villainous character. And, was a vampire. The vampires were pretty good in this. I liked how that whole mutation thing happened there. It makes them blood-sucking demons. I mean, I've done that many times before, drank blood from other vampires during sex and everything, and we don't mutate. No, we pretty much stay as we are. But every film and that has their mythology, and I'm a real vampire, so, So, what else did I like? Well, it was a nicely paced film. I mean, it was about, 96 minutes long, so not a long movie at all, and it had some good action and some good sequences there, had a good score, and I feel that this film is quite underrated. It's very unappreciated. I don't hear enough people talking about it enough. And I think that you should definitely check it out. I don't know if this film tanked or anything when it first came out, but let's just say, I personally enjoy this film. I mean, is there any dislikes? Well, there was some dull parts in there, and there was some, moments there that I didn't feel were necessary. It had some good drama in there. Showed some, night to life vampirism and stuff. Of course, vampires do burn in the sun in this, but they don't wear protective jewelry as I do. It was just a plain ring. I had it blessed by a witch quite a while back. With that I can walk in sunlight. But I'm an old one anyway, so it takes ages before I start to burn. Anyway, is this a good film? I would say it is. If you like action, you like sci-fi, you like, freaky future stuff, then I'd say check this one out. So yes, Daybreakers, what am I going to give this one? You know what I'm going to give it? I think I will give this 4.5 fangs out of 5. 4.5 fangs out of 5 for Daybreakers. So let us go to the next part of our show. The mythos or the facts? Let's go with the mythos first. The mythology of these vampires have the same appearance as a human being, but have a distinct feature with their eyes, as they are, well, a yellow sort of gold-like colour. They also have no reflections in mirrors, but digital cameras and stuff, they can be seen. They also do burn in the sunlight, and of course do need blood for nourishment, but can also have blood and coffee mixed together instead of milk, I guess. But also, if vampires drain blood from each other or themselves, they mutate into some hideous bat-like creatures. But also, there is the cure, as I explained in the review. When underwater and exposed to the sun, it starts their heart and makes them human again, making their blood also a cure for vampirism. In this film, anyway. Of course, other weaknesses include a stake to the heart or silver bullet, or even a beheading. According to an interview, Sam Neill explained what made him decide to make the film was a scene in the screenplay in which a businessman vampire buys morning coffee spiked with human blood. The movie was released in America on January 8th, 2010. That date is also the birthday of Elvis Presley. The character played by Willem Dafoe is named Elvis because of his love for Elvis Presley's song, Burning Love. Speaking of Willem Dafoe, this is one of several movies where Dafoe has played a vampire, most notably in the 2002 film The Shadow of the Vampire, where he plays a fictionalized version of Max Schreck, who played Count Orlok in Nosferatu, and of course the vampire's assistant as well. When the movie was released in the UK in cinemas, it was rated 15, but when released on DVD, it was changed to an 18. Ethan Hawke was the director's first, last and only choice for the lead role. The film takes place in 2019. Well, given the year that we are in now, 2022, it's not so futuristic anymore. According to an article in Entertainment Weekly, the film was shot in 2007. In real life, Ethan Hawke at the time had recently quit smoking cigarettes, but his character, Dalton, smoked several times throughout the film. So Ethan Hawke therefore smoked soluble cigarettes during these scenes. This film was the second of 3 films that Sam Neill and Willem Dafoe have collaborated in, the others being Victory from 1996 and The Hunter from 2011. And there you go, this month's episode. Have you seen the film featured this week? Did you learn anything about it you may not have known? Yeah, drop all that down in the comments below, and feel free to subscribe to the official Random Horror YouTube channel if you haven't already. I've been your host, Lark the Vampire, and this has been the Bloody Fang-Tastic Show. So, do join me next time. I think we'll be back in November because, October 31 and everything. So yes, until next time, don't have nightmares.